There was a man named Dracula.
He was a vampire
He slept all day.
and stalked all night.
He had a craving for
Oh, hello there. I didn't see you. It's time once again to continue our long-running streaming series, The Wheel of Dubious Castlevanias. Hi, hello. Welcome to this entirely legitimate streaming series. I bought a bunch of bullshit on my PS3, and I needed to test out how my stream setup is with this thing. Konami. Remember when Konami made video games? I don't.
In an era long past, as monarchies
How is audio?
local feudal lords
I am
grew in power.
not piping it into my
The first
headphones,
knights
because
simply
then there's some
protected their
lag.
lord's domains. However, with the reforms of the late 11th century, knights became protectors of the peace. They valued courage and honor, fighting heretics and heathens in God's name. In this age, one
Dracula.
company of knights was said to be invincible
Vlad Dracula.
due to two men. Leon Belmont, a courageous man who feared nothing and whose combat abilities were second to none. And Matthias Kronqvist, a genius tactician whose learning made him an exception in a largely illiterate society. They trusted each other completely, and they were bound
Audio's
by
a
an
bit loud
old
compared to your
friendship.
mic. Okay.
However, sorrow awaited
How about
Matthias
now?
on his return from a victorious campaign. It was news
How
of the
about
sudden death of his beloved wife, Elisabetta. Matthias's grief was profound, and he became bedridden. A year has passed since then. Thanks to Leon's
Little
efforts,
lower?
their company remains proudly undefeated.
Still a little bit hard to hear you over the game.
However,
Okay.
A mysterious
Okay.
army of monsters suddenly appears in Leon's domain. The Crusades are raging in the east.
Okay. How
and
about
since
now?
The church is focusing
How
on
about
fighting
now?
heathens rather than monsters. It has forbidden unauthorized.
All right. Yeah,
battles.
I'm. This is actually the first time I've bothered to use this extremely high quality Castlevania or this PS3 streaming setup. So here's the thing about PlayStation 3 streaming. So the PlayStation 3 supports HDMI, but there's no way to disable HDCP, which means it is encrypted and it does not play nicely with capture cards. So, in order to stream this, I have hooked up the PlayStation 3 with component cables into a component to HDMI little box, and then plugged that into the Elgato. So that's, if there's any sort of input lag, I'm blaming that. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I have a retro tink, so when I'm streaming PS2 games, I like to, plug it through that because that also cleans it up a little bit. So yeah, that's what I do with my PS2 streams. And I was thinking about streaming some PS2 games, but what if instead I streamed a PS2 game on a PS3? And as you can see, I tested it out just to make sure it worked. As Belmondo. Yeah! Like, that's what I appreciate about the retro tink. Alright. Oh, this is like a Devil May Cry. Is this budget Devil May Cry? Yeah. So, yeah, the retro tink cleans up some of that, and some PS2 games still look pretty good with a clean signal, but there are some games that do not. I played Suikoden 4 recently, and that game is not a looker. Okay, let's see what this guy has to say. We missed the cutscene where he talked to an old man. And he's like, I'm Leon Belmont.
Sarah, wait for me. I'm coming to save you.
That's right, you feathery-haired. The retro tink does a little bit of scan conversion cleanup stuff on top of that. It's more useful for like I guess it's a little better for older games like SNES and NES games. But it does clean up the PS2 and like 480i signals pretty well. Okay. Got some orbs. It's a nice little box. I have never played this game before in my life. Let's go. Alright. Oh, you can double jump. I see. Marker stone. You can place a mark on this. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about streaming Shadow Hearts Covenant and starting that up, but honestly, I don't want to deal with that game until I finish Xenosaga for the podcast, so... We're just gonna leave that one for now. And instead, I just want to mess around with some PS3 games. Or, you know, PS2 games on PS3. Maybe I should have looked at that tutorial prompt instead of, you know, buttoning out of it like an idiot. Being like, I understand this game that is almost 18 years old. Yes, it is the 2X Pro is what I'm using. There's also the other one, I think it's called like the 2X. There's another one that is more for consoles that do 480p, which some PS2 games actually do 480p, which actually messes up the signal for this game. Am I gonna have to dial back the tape? Where's the thing I swing on? Okay, this is block. Attack small, attack big, jump, big sub-weapon. Vibration on. Don't mind me. Do do do. Jump with either a pole or a fence or a balcony. You can boost yourselves up. What? No, I just pulled up a guide. Okay, that's real fucking awkward. I mean, that's real darn awkward. Haha. I was not doing it correctly. Know what yeah, my favorite Castlevania, you know, I love Castlevania games without music. Oh. Okay. Wow, this really is budget Devil May Cry. I guess it's good practice for the charity stream next week, which I will write something about tomorrow. But next weekend, I will be participating in the Giant Bomb Community Endurance Run for Pencils of Promise. And I will be doing the Wheel of Dubious charity stream games. I've picked some real winners that at least I'm gonna have fun with, maybe. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I did it. What a tutorial. So, let me remember what games I have picked for the miniature wheel of Dubious charity stream games. Oh, hey, music decided to happen. Okay, so, you know, depending on if I can get everything to run, which is the last thing I need to do before I finalize it, I got Blood 2, The Chosen, The Evil Within, Mighty Number 9, Project Snowblind, and Hitman Absolution. Because, just a pile of winners. Okay, Michiru Yamane. Wait, isn't she like a seat? Oh no. Didn't she recently come out as being like a garbage person? I'm not making that up, right? The steel formed by 5 monsters have been put here. Okay, cool. Is she hashtag cancelled? Okay, nope, music's gone again. Okay, yeah, cool. Cool. Um. Dun 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 dun. Cancelled. Dun 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 dun. Oh gosh. Okay, basically like, hey dog, you can mark the map. Oh. Oh right, they're... Wait, is that Rygar game on PSN? Because if it is, that might be something to pick up before the store goes down. Music's good at least. Is there literally any point to these daggers? Especially given that the enemies apparently have invincibility frames. Yep. Yeah, no, I managed to pick this up right before the back door to the old PSN store got taken down. Also, depending on how I feel about this game, let's say after let's say another half hour, we might just switch to something else. I should play more Subnautica. I have really liked what I've played of that game, and I'm to understand it goes places that you might not expect for a crafting game, a survival game, because it's single player and I don't think I realized how much of this game is combat arenas. I guess I had no idea what this game was, to be fair. I can't wait to start running into enemies where I actually have to do things. Another Subnautica stream might be in order this week. Cancel off these fools? No. Yeah, if nothing else, this game runs well. No, I want the axe. Give me the axe. Yeah! Yeah, that. I feel like yes, the surprisingly yeah, there's definitely some real question mark. I also thought about playing God of War 2 because I have that HD collection, and I've never played through God of War 2. And, you know, I like the first game alright. Like, God of War is not Devil May Cry, mechanics-wise. It's pretty mashy. It is not the Thinking Man's character action game, at least on its, you know, normal difficulty. But it does spectacle and goofy, over-the-top nonsense. Yeah, I mean, that entire thing is such such a product of its time. It is like that shit is the most edgelord and you know, throwing it around the word edgelord, but also Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta open the real-time window. Very cool. Come on, hit me again. Hold on, my sister's asked me what I want from burrito. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna eat late tonight, which is great, because, that means it's gonna be a reflux party. Yeah, they sure did spend all of. I mean, hey, the game runs at 60 frames a second. What do you want? You want detailed environments? Yeah, no, this seems totally fine. Like, this does not seem exemplary, let's say. But this seems totally okay by the standards of 2003. What was 2003? Devil May Cry 2. Yeah, okay, yeah. Devil May Cry 2 is back in. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it quieter. I'm trying to adjust my volume a little more. Oh, right, the Shining games. Speaking of Dubious RPGs, yeah, let's just talk about all the Shining games after Shining Force 3. That's like a series that I've never really gotten into because it always just comes off like budget sake of Fire Emblem. But hearing about where that series went after the Saturn era, boy howdy. Okay, those GBA action games are good? Okay. Also, I fully admit that like, I also put Shining Force in the same book as like Phantasy Star, as like Sega franchises that I have had zero exposure to because they all died or went bad. This is not Star Ocean. Although, might get some Star Ocean. We're getting Star Ocean next week. Don't you worry. Yes, this is Castlevania. This is Castlevania Lament of Innocence, you know. Yeah. Oh, did it? I thought I put down the Wheel of Dubious Castlevanias. Oh. No, it's the Wheel of Dubious Castlevanias. You know. That series I do. What are you talking about? What's a Star Ocean? What's a Dubious RPG? This channel is about Dubious Castlevanias. I actually could do that. I do not have the time to do this right now. But I own quite a few bad Castlevania games. I do not own Castlevania Judgment for the Wii, alas. The fighting game with the bouncy titties. That's literally the only thing I remember about Castlevania Judgment is like Maria has like the large boob envy with all the other female characters, which is one of my least favorite anime tropes. 64, Lords of Shadow 2, the Game Boy games, specifically like Castlevania The Adventure, Castlevania 2, yeah, Simon's Quest. Is Curse of Darkness better than this? That's the other PS2 one. That's the late PS2 one. The DS games are the best Castlevania games. DS... Rondo of Blood's real good. Rondo of Blood's probably the best, like, traditional PS2 or traditional style Castlevania. I still have that copy of Order of Ecclesia that I've never... Listen, if someone wants to fund... If people want to start throwing money at me, I would consider getting a 3DS capture card. I'm not too good for it. You do not, please do not throw money at me. Unless you would like to. I'm just saying I have made more being on a podcast than I have streaming on Twitch for almost a year. They're all kind of the same. Like, there is some liberal asset reuse in those GBA and DS Castlevania games. Like, unabashed. But Dawn of Sorrow's good. I like Dawn of Sorrow. Never played Circle of the Moon. Actually, I've never played any of the GBA ones. What is that? Harmony of Dissonance, Aria of Sorrow, and Curse of the Moon. Curse of the Moon, just with its launch era GBA color palette of just had to wash everything out because the original non-backlit GBA screen is just a portal of darkness. Oh. So there's a guard impact system, is there? I like Dawn of Sorrow a lot. But I think my favorite Castlevania game might just be Bloodstained. Yeah, at some point those Igavania games got real talky. And that's fine. But also Bloodstained is so good. So I think this is something worth discussing. Is very much the idea that video games during this era did not have to be everything. They did not have to try to be everything for every. Okay, fine, I'll be quiet. Oh, I'm streaming Castlevania Lament of Innocence, you know. Yeah, Derek Bittner probably talked about this. Including, like, the Game Boy one. What's the worst one? Is it the fighting game? It's not. I mean, it's like budget Devil May Cry. Thanks, David. You can watch if you want. You can hang out. Oh, you're gaming? Oh, excuse me, Lament of Innocence? Yeah. Like, what? I'm not a Metroidvania guy, honestly. Like, I'm not a huge... Okay, I just went in a circle. Cool. They're just... Yeah, but games from this era are just video game-ass video games, and I actually really appreciate that. It's one of those, just like... Modern video games feel the need to put layers on everything. And that's another reason why I liked God of War 1 so much, is God of War 1 is just a video game-ass video game that, like, occasionally trucks in dumb spectacle. But it's just like, hey bro, this shit's cool. Look at Kratos, he's got 2 chain blades. Look at these flea men. I mean... Yeah, Lost Odyssey. I mean, it's an early 360 RPG, so yeah, that checks out. Honestly, this game is like just engaging, but also low energy enough. Yeah, that, like, I don't know, I could sit down and play this for like 4 hours right now, for better or worse, I think. Don't consider that necessarily a massive compliment, but yeah, this is the most extremely acceptable video game. Like, it's got good music, and I am not. It will not leave you indifferent. I'm mostly comparing this to playing Tales of Zestiria last night and wishing for death. Yeah, I'm saying I need to find a worse game because I am having an okay time right now. Like, I would stream through this entire game. Maybe I will. Maybe this April Fool joke stream will accidentally become a real thing, because this does not control poorly. It is responsive. It is, once again, it is 60 frames a second, which cannot be overestimated. Like, for as much as I don't want to be a frame rate slut, I will be for the purposes of this game. But yeah, like, this game might be okay. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, getting a high refresh rate monitor has and a decent computer has definitely improved my estimation of like me noticing frame rate stuff. Although, let me tell you, Monster Hunter Rise, I think just the fact that that game runs remotely as well as it does on a Switch is like dark magic, and I can just respect the game for mostly keeping a stable 30. Okay. Can I? Yeah, it helps that this game does not have bad 3D platforming in it, like Castlevania 64 does. Although I would consider streaming Castlevania 64. I'm not too good for it. I mean, they're definitely going for like a non-linear structure. Alright. Let's save and move on to something else. Because this stream is mostly to test the test out my PS3 stream setup. And also the PS3 just has to like do a full reset when it plays PS2 games. It's weird. But obviously first we've got to, you know, obviously first we got to spin the wheel. Yeah, full playthrough of Lords of Shadow. We're not gonna play Castlevania Lords of Shadow. I just thought it would be really funny to make a fake wheel. Who wants to play? Yeah, just want more middling to bad PS2 action games. Play Dracula X, the bad version of Rondo of Blood. Okay, that there goes my joke. Anyway, has so many cutscenes. I've got a lot of shit on here. You know, like X-Blaze Lost: Memories. Which I believe is in the BlazBlue universe. It was free on PSN. Got those HD re-releases of Darkstalkers and Street Fighter 3. Just the Prince of Persia game that was kind of a movie tie-in. You know, if we want to talk about like middling, or I could just literally pick up my save of Tales of Exilia. Haven't you learned your fucking lesson with Tales games? You know, listen, man, I gotta collect. Tales games are like Pokemon. I gotta collect them all, even if I just leave them in a box somewhere. You know, Catherine. Disgaea D2, a PS3 exclusive that has not been put anywhere else. Hitman. Or we can just look at more PS2 stuff. I also got Fatal Frame 2 because oh, Symphonia. I will once again redirect you to my Tales of Symphonia 2 write-up, because I have feelings about that game. Oh hey, look, it's Wheel of Dubious RPG's Season 2 game, Legend of Dragoon. Maybe we'll look at that again in the future. Final Fantasy Tactics. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Tekken 2. Money Puzzle Exchanger. Resident Evil. Director's Cut. How's Vagrant Story? I played it for an hour and was like, wow, this is like really technically impressive for a PS1 game. Also, I have no idea what I'm doing. Suikoden. Suikoden 2. Dino Crisis 2, which was, I believe, my number 10 game of last year for the old game list. Dino Crisis 2 is rad as hell, and that's my official stance. Dino Crisis 1 is not. Dino Crisis 1 is like a middling Resident Evil game. And then, I got Crash, which I bought apparently on July 11th, 2014. Shadow Tower. I mean, if we want to keep the Castlevania theme, we could always play the Sharp 8600 version of Castlevania 1. This is just a test stream, just messing around. After I eat dinner, I could switch over to Subnautica, but I have work tomorrow, so probably just gonna go to bed and load operations. All right, let's. Because yeah. No, it's a cool. Oh, a 2001 PS1 game. Yeah, but I have work tomorrow, so it's gonna be a short one. But maybe Subnautica tomorrow. Anyway, this is Castlevania Chronicles, which is the Sharp 8600 PC remake of Castlevania 1 that was then ported to the PlayStation 1 in 2001. As it does. Didn't see Vinny Caravella play this game, huh? If I'm gonna play original Castlevania, I'm gonna play Super Castlevania. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, does this have a dedicated sub-weapon button? Nope, gotta press up. There's also that WiiWare Castlevania game that is now lost media, technically. Yeah, no, this, I mean, this, what was this, like 92? I just think it's bizarre that this was ported as a late PS1 game. And also was ported to the US. And here's the part where I reveal I'm not great at old Castlevania, because old Castlevania is hard. for as much as I like Rondo of Blood. I'm not gonna pretend I'm good at it. Why you gotta be like that, Flea Man? I just really like the hard-edged Yamaha synth. No, go down the stair. Go. You ever think about how, like, also the retro throwback Bloodstained games are real good too? Huh. Okay. Oh, is the audio out of sync? That doesn't surprise me. I am putting this through like 3 different boxes, technically. Something to address. Although I don't quite know how. Because, yeah, it was definitely like, there was like a second delay when I was going through my headphones. So I very intentionally did not. Oh, food's here. Alright, let's finish this level and call it. Or, you know, I can die. Whatever happens first. Asshole. Alright, that'll be it for me. Probably stream some Subnautica tomorrow, because I want to play more Subnautica. Thanks for tuning in to the Wheel of Dubious Castlevanias. Maybe I'll play more Layman of Innocence at some point, because it is the exact level of playably mediocre that I need in my life. I'll see you then.